Hello everyone, this is Julia McLeod, helping you prepare for your three-dimensional English paper piecing class with me. We're going to be making these delightful little ornaments using diamonds, triangles, and squares. It's up to you which of these you choose to make, but I'm going to show you how to cut out those diamonds, triangles, and squares from this material, which is Pellon's 71F. It's called Peltex, and it's a stiff kind of non-woven polyester fusible interfacing. The fusible element is helpful, but if you come across something like this that doesn't have fusible on it, that's fine. You can use a glue stick. When I learned this technique, I was in Zimbabwe with somebody who was using cardboard. Hers was even cut from quite hefty corrugated cardboard, orange cartons. This technique can be done using something that's like on the back of a notepad. And when you use cardboard, you do get a crisper looking finished object, as you can see, but it's a whole lot harder to sew through. Here's the same object made using Peltex, and it was a whole lot less hard on the fingers to stitch these little seams along the ridges. So let's get cutting. These are the shapes I'm going to need: the diamond, the square, and the triangle. The diamond is the hardest one to cut, but then obviously the triangle is nothing more than half of the diamond, and the square is the same measurement as one side of the diamond. Let's begin. If we want a 1.5, this is the diameter that's easiest to measure. We've got two parallel lines here. Don't measure across the diamond or along the width of it. Just look at these two parallel lines, and that's how we're going to cut them. This number, though, could be anything. You could use a 3-inch diamond if you want to make a really big object. You could cut it down to 1 inch if you like to work with very small scale pieces. 1.5, is my comfort zone though. So using my quilter's ruler, I'm going to, that's 1.25, here's 1.5. Do you see the markings? 1.5 inches. I'm going to draw a line right across. And then I need to find a 60-degree angle on my quilter's ruler. Can you see 60's marked there? And that yellow line I have lined up with the line I just drew. The edges of my material are off camera right now. Ordinarily I would start at one end and work across, but right for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to start in the middle. So I've created a 60-degree angle right there. And I want to create more diamonds. And so what I'm going to do is line my ruler up again, 1.5 inches away from the line I just drew, still lining up this 60-degree mark with the line that goes directly across my material, and then 1.5 inches from that short line I just drew. And there's the diamond appearing already. Do this all across your material, or at least just for the number of diamonds that you want, or triangles that you need for your project. I can also, of course, go in this direction. This time I've got my 60-degree line lining up here and my 1.5 inches right there. If you were doing many of these, if you go crazy and decide that you want to make all your Christmas decorations and gifts out of this technique, you would, of course, draw multiple lines and then make multiple diamonds as you go. One more. Okay. If I want to make this little guy, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3 triangles on the top and the bottom. That makes 6 triangles. The triangles are nothing more than half a diamond. That makes 2. That makes 4. And that makes 6. And the sides are a square, and the square is the same dimension as one side of the diamond or one side of the triangle. So I'm just going to draw straight lines up from here. And it turns out for a 1.5 inch diamond that a square has sides that measure 1 3/4. So let me complete this square. Actually, I'll go all the way across. This is going to give me the 3 squares I need. And one over here. So here we go. For this object, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 squares. 1, 2, 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. Cut them out of the material, and you'll be ready for class, ready to fuse or glue your material on, fold it over, and get stitching. I'll show you more when we meet together. 3-dimensional English paper piecing is a bunch of fun, and from the simple shapes that I've shown you how to cut, you can make tiny objects using just triangles, combine your triangles and diamonds, combine your triangles with squares, and once you've mastered the technique, you can move on to make larger objects like this really cute ball that uses triangles and squares, or like this Moravian star, which is only made of diamonds, but it's a wonderful opportunity for fussy cutting.